and we're for real this time. We're
I, I hope so. Welcome,
on. Of course.
welcome, my friends, to Nerd Night Perspectives. Maj and Deer here with our wonderful co-host, as always, the Fenerian Knight.
Hi.
You can just call us John and Matt. We're here to talk about Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, we're here to talk about Hubie Halloween, and all right, I can't. I gotta address it, dude.
Yeah, go ahead.
40 minutes.
Just get it out.
So
Get
this
it
is
out
this
there.
is this is our second time recording. We just
Oh
recorded,
man.
and we were crushing it. I think we were really doing well, and it turns
No.
out it didn't pick up any of my co-host's audio, any
No.
of Jonathan's audio, and
Nope.
there's 40 minutes of my life I won't get back.
Likewise, likewise. But thankfully, you guys won't have to lose that
Yeah,
until we go and do it again.
you
But
lucky bastards.
yeah. But we will get back to doing dead streams shortly.
Yeah, we gotta
Until
record
then,
more.
though, Hubie. So
Hubie, Adam Sandler.
yes, Adam Sandler, of course, Rob Schneider.
Rob
Rob
Schneider.
Schneider.
Yeah, he's hanging out in there. You gotta get Adam Sandler has to feed him, So
Yeah. Steve Buscemi.
Shemmy,
Freaking
gotta be in all of my movies, Rob.
right.
Steve Buscemi was in it, yeah. He's been in a few Adam Sandler movies. I remember Mr. Deeds.
Oh yeah, that's the big one. Crazy Eyes.
It's like something that Adam Sandler does is he uses a lot of the same actors throughout.
Oh yeah, it's
So
the Sandler verse or whatever.
yeah,
Is like
got
just like
Kevin.
a multiverse theory of him and his friends.
Yeah, the only thing that doesn't really stay the same is he's always got a new hot chick to be with.
That is not true. 50,
Yeah.
well, new, because dude, freaking 50 First Dates and freaking Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's him and Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a
and
couple like
I love Drew
exceptions.
Barrymore. She's actually one of my favorite actresses.
I
Have
think
you ever
you
seen
have
Ever After?
no, I've not.
It's like
What the
it's
hell?
like my favorite like version of Cinderella, and Drew Barrymore plays Cinderella in that one.
Oh, really? Really?
It's
When
from
was
like I
that?
think the '90s or something.
That was a '90s
They
movie.
even have Leonardo, like a person playing Leonardo da Vinci, and it's just a fun, cute. It's a cute Cinderella story, you know, live action.
Oh, right on, right on. Yeah, I guess he does have
But,
some consistent females that come over, but usually, I mean, everyone that I've seen, he's always got a new hot chick to play his girlfriend or whatever the girl he's gonna end up with.
right, right.
Um, I go back and forth on Adam Sandler. To be honest, I'm not a huge Adam Sandler guy. I know, fucking not a lot. I'm pretty open about most movies, but my comedies I'm more selective of. I think. You're a bigger
Yeah, I
fan though. You're a big fan.
yeah, I think Adam Sandler is like hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like I love Wedding Singer, but I do not like Jack and Jill.
Oh, Jack and
Um,
Jill was abysmal. I remember
yeah,
I remember me and
what?
my brother watched that. We stayed up real late and watched that, and we got it from the Red Box. And we thought it was gonna be great, and we
Yeah,
watched
how
like
is
one
Subway
time.
Jared not the worst thing in this movie?
Oh
Just
man.
kidding, but still. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know. It was a hard one to watch. I wasn't, I'm probably going to hate for this, but I wasn't a huge fan of Pixel either.
Oh no, I didn't like that one either. I didn't even watch the whole thing to be honest though, so I can't really criticize it too much.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a big Billy Madison guy, and I know that's like one of his big ones. I did like Happy Gilmore though. I liked Happy Gilmore. Liked Little Nicky last time I watched it. It was years ago, but
Dude, Little Nicky, I love Little Nicky.
Little Nicky. That's another like good one you could watch around like Halloween time. I think too. It's got
Oh yeah.
the themes
A
and
lot of quotable moments. It was just a good one. Ozzy Osbourne. Fucking
yeah,
love it.
yeah. But this one,
And then Rob Schneider's, play actually what his "You Can Do It" thing with Ozzy. I don't know. It was just fun.
Can do it, Ozzy! Bite his freaking head off!
It was just
yeah,
fun to see that.
the callback. It's kind of like it's almost like Adam Sandler movies kind of have their own like They have all their own inside jokes, which I think keeps a lot of people coming back to them, being like, "Ah, look, it's Rob Schneider again. Ah, he
Oh.
makes the you can do it," and
I
that
don't want to put any words in your mouth though. I do remember you once telling me that your favorite was Grown Ups, the first Grown Ups movie.
I did like the first Grown Ups movie, but I
Yeah.
think my least favorite Adam Sandler movie was Grown Ups 2.
What is that?
Dude, it like I just hated that movie. It was the I remember being all psyched up because I really liked Grown Ups 1, and I watched it with my whole family, and dude, there wasn't a single fucking giggle the entire time, dude. It was like me and my brother were excited to see it, and then we had to be like silent watching our parents just judge it, and we're like, yeah, this really is pretty bad. But
Uh,
I didn't like
it-
it. I didn't like it. Doesn't mean it's a bad movie, but
yeah, but if you like Adam Sandler and his crew, that's that movie. That's what those movies are, and that's what made so. I mean, I'm sure, have you ever heard? Did you ever hear Adam Sandler's song to Chris Farley or song about Chris Farley?
no, I haven't. The
Oh,
only song I've heard by him
oh,
was the
it's
Hanukkah
powerful,
song.
man. I actually cry. I actually cry to that song. That song's fucking
Real
powerful.
emotional song.
Yeah, yeah. But there's this line where he's like, I'm gonna butcher it, but he's just like, which you'd be back so we can make Grown Ups 3. You know,
he
and we'd all love that so much. At least as a Chris Farley fans.
hmm I know that. Yeah, he was in a lot of Adam Sandler's, was like early movies before he died.
Before he died. He died
Yeah.
early. Did you know Chris Farley was supposed to be Shrek?
Oh my god, I couldn't
He
imagine.
was supposed to originally be the voice actor for Shrek. I actually once saw or listened to like a few like clips of him doing some of the lines in Shrek.
He looks like Shrek.
And well, that's probably why they went with him. He's a big, chubby, oafish, angry, but still lovable guy,
and
and
that's
that's a
that's
lot of Shrek,
yeah, that's when they
you
decided
know.
that they couldn't do it live action was when he died, right? Like
Well, that's rough, buddy. But
um
he freaking I don't know, but he died and he didn't get to do the Shrek movie. And then that's when Mike Myers ended up coming in and threw in a Scottish accent for some reason.
oh yeah, really I don't know, man. I couldn't picture anyone else doing Shrek now having
I agree. I will agree. It was a huge part of our childhood. It's just crazy to think that, you know, I
yeah.
don't know, that it wasn't supposed to be that. It was supposed to be something at least somewhat different.
I know it's kind of like it's really interesting because it's like that Nicolas Cage was going to be Superman at one point. I just could not. I cannot like picture in my
No. Are
head.
you serious?
Yeah, well,
Or
potentially
Michael Jackson is Spider-Man?
Michael Jackson Spider Man to be the man. I don't.
Right.
That'd be interesting.
Dangling his baby off a web.
Yeah, he's hanging his baby off a web. He'd be hanging out in the high school. He'd be like, "These guys are a little old for me."
Right.
I'm sorry. That was such a
It's
early
low hanging
2000s
fruit. How can you not? How can you
2000s
not?
joke.
Right? Bringing it
Oh
back. Well, we're talking the 2000s with the Shrek.
yeah.
Anywho,
Adam
enough about
Sandler.
Chris Farley. Back to
Back to
Adam
Hubie.
Sandler, and more importantly, Hubie Halloween.
Hubie Halloween. So um this movie is like another one of the. It's like part of the Adam Sandler formula where he plays like a guy that you're like, is he simple? I'm not gonna say he's like. I think he's supposed to be just socially awkward, right? But he seems like he's kind of a little bit slow.
Yeah,
That's kind of like the
slow
joke.
or
He plays a lot of
like
those characters. There's like
yes, of
he puts
course.
on he puts on a voice.
Billy Madison.
Yeah, Billy Madison, the Water Boy kind of thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's a little.
yeah.
He's not really full brain. I don't think is like what they're he's kind of like playing on that, and nothing we haven't seen before. But it is like there was a couple moments in there that had me laugh. Like
Yeah, it's just how goofy it was. Like the zoom in on his mouth on
mhm.
the windshield, just something about that. It was so like,
Like it was kind of funny because like they do start off this movie and they do this consistent joke, this consistent gag throughout. And normally when he overdoes gags, it doesn't really work for me. But this time it did. Like is like every time he'd be riding his bike down the street, people would just be throwing shit at him. And
yeah,
as the movie goes on, it'll just be like larger and more dangerous shit that he's having to like. And it looks so fake because like he's like pretending to dodge it. He's like barely moving his head, and the fucking a fucking washing machine will be flying by his head, like like the first time it happened though, like the kids were throwing eggs at him and he just like ducks and he catches it in his thermos and he drinks it and then he throws up like it's like projectile vomit. That had me laughing. I did laugh at that.
yeah, his vomit. Well, it's a big meme.
Oh yeah. Just like that projectile like I don't know why, but I think that is some people
What's
don't like
Exorcist?
yeah, Exorcist kind of like
Let's think of
level
the Exorcist.
that Exorcist level of projectile vomit. I don't know why, but whenever they do that like CGI effect for people vomiting and it's just like exaggerative, like ridiculous
Over the
intensity of
top.
it, I think that shit's really funny. I don't it's some
It's
people
hit
hate
or
that, but
miss.
it's
It depends on
funny.
how you do it. Because I've seen that and it's hilarious, and I've seen that and it's not. But I do feel like that one was pretty funny. Well, especially because it followed the blender thing. That like his go-go gadget thermos.
His go-go gadget
You know?
thermos, which has an unreasonable amount of applications. I don't
Yeah.
that thermos does not exist in the real world. That is like even in
He'd
that
be a
movie world,
billionaire.
that
He'd
thing
be a
was yeah, he'd
billionaire.
be a
Like
billionaire. It's a Swiss Army thermos, dude. And the shit that he's able to do with it is just like it's not even possible in that reality of the world, like that he's living
right.
in.
It's almost like and it almost makes me wonder if Hubie's like maybe autistic or something, like severely or something, because he's a genius if he to make such a device.
Oh yeah, that tracks. I don't see it like truly being in depth because it's like
You can't do that with an Adam Sandler.
yeah, you can't accurately represent it and then also make fun of it. Like he could
Well, it
he
depends. Actually, there was a movie. I can't remember what it was called. It might have been like Funny Guys or something. It
mhm.
was like him and Seth Rogen.
Oh yeah, I
But like
remember. Yeah.
Seth Rogen opened for him as a comedian. Like I don't know. I felt like they kind of did that in that movie a little bit.
hmm
But
I remember liking that one, but I haven't seen it in so long. I hardly remember a thing about it.
yeah, no, it was decent. I think that one's I think that one's a good one.
Yeah, I ended up
No.
I ended up
Eh,
watching this movie with Anita, and she we I think we had to break it up into parts because not she was not on board with it either. She didn't really like it that much either. But like it was a fun. I love Halloween. I'm a sucker for that. So
Same.
it kind of won me over a little bit with
If you
just
guys
the
haven't
vibe.
noticed the theme here,
I know you can't.
believe it or not, we do watch other movies. We only talk about.
we we only talk about horror movies, Halloween movies, horror comedies. We're just
Right.
really simping on that hard, but
Right, and that was all the way back in spring.
yeah, it's been a wonderful, wonderful year of movies. Um,
Absolutely, absolutely. More to
yeah,
come. I still gotta watch that Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. That Evil Dead guy. That's a real good movie, right? Yeah, no, that's
Right? Allegedly.
allegedly. We
I
do
couldn't
got
tell you.
we do got to get you on that, man. That's such
I
a
absolutely, absolutely.
especially when we talk about Deadstream. I feel like a lot of inspiration was there, but we'll talk about that when we get to the Deadstream.
Right. I'm
Um,
waiting for the Evil Dead reference in this one.
I don't think I can find one in this one.
Ah,
If
no, just
Bruce
kidding.
Campbell showed up, that would have made the entire movie. This entire movie, it would have been. I would have loved it. I would have been like, wouldn't laugh very much, but Bruce Campbell was in it. Money right there. I was all
Right.
over it.
Now that reminds me, I think one of the things that first hooked me into Hubie Halloween was obviously in the beginning because they have, and I looked it up later. I can't remember his name right now, but it is the same guy that was the evil nursing home dude
Oh, Ben
from
Stiller.
Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore, yeah. Ben Stiller's character. I can't remember his name. It is the same guy. It's the exact same
Yeah.
guy, but now he's a nurse at a mental institution instead of like an old folks home. And freaking, he's just as much of an asshole.
Yeah.
And that's the only time you see him too. But I don't know. There's something about that. This we talk about the Sandler verse and like the same characters and tropes. It's like it kind of hooked me in. I'm just like,
Yeah.
all right, where's this gonna go?
Yeah, you love it when you can. I love that you can see like you're kind of looking for all his buddies to show up in the movie.
Yeah, piece by piece by piece, and who's what.
Yeah, they had Ben Stiller right out the gate, and he he was funny. He was funny. They
Yeah.
pulled open the bed, and it was like, what was it, like Jello or something like that, or it was empty? I can't remember.
It was like Jello and like hot dogs and shit, just like.
and But no, he was great. He's only in that one part of the movie, right? Like I don't think he ever
Yeah,
shows
you
back
never
up in
see him
the
again.
movie.
You never see him again.
Like, hey Ben, we need you to come in. We need you to come in
Right.
just for a scene. And he goes, all
Right.
right.
Ben Stiller's standing strong. In fact, I saw a thing like 6 months ago or a year ago where like people were like, how the internet is trying to like cancel Tropic Thunder,
You can't
and he
cancel
like
that movie.
he tweeted it like the entire point of the film was to be offensive, and like
Yeah,
basically he does not apologize for anything.
he shouldn't, dude. He was lampooning and parodying and satirizing all the things that Hollywood was doing and making it funny, but also pointing it out. Like I think it was. I don't think that movie will ever get canceled, dude. It's like Blazing Saddles.
Dude, right? That's actually a really good comparison, indeed.
Yeah, it was our Blazing Saddles, our generation.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? No, that's good. That's good. Anywho, the Hubie, freaking.
UB
I think for how stupid and goofy that movie was, that it actually had some heart in it. Like,
had a little bit.
just a little bit, just enough. Just enough.
I'll get to when we get to the end. I'll talk more on like why I don't really fully buy into it, but like it. You do kind of like you want to feel for Hubie because he is like kind of the underdog of the town because everybody's clowning on Hubie, dude, and he's just a nice guy, He's a nice fella.
Yeah.
Everybody's dogging on him though. Everybody's pulling pranks on him because he gets scared real easy.
And which is funny because he's like the Halloween. He he loves Halloween, which is also funny too. He loves Halloween, but he's always like basically crapping his pants every freaking moment.
See, now that is all right. Now that is why I love horror movies because I'm that same way though. Like
Yeah.
I'm a little girl. Like, and I've gotten to the point where like I nervous giggle. And so I'll watch like horror movies with Anita, and I'll be like, "Oh shit!" Oh, and she's like, I'm really scared. You were dealing with that movie really well. I was like, you shitting me? I was scared the entire time. I loved it.
That's great.
So I can relate to that. Like,
yeah, well, I can too. I guess, but I feel like I'm a little more extreme. I'm usually either there's almost no in between for me. It's either like this is like kind of dumb, or like I can have fun with dumb, but or I'm like some things have like rocked me to the core though. Like that's still like even me just thinking about it right now. It's like
again. But they're great movies though. They're great movies, and it's a great season, dude. And I love that Hubie loves Halloween. And dude, they went so over the top with the decorations at his house, dude.
There's always someone in town like that,
That was the budget, dude. That was the entire movie's budget was on the decorations. It was insane.
I think last year in my hometown, someone had like a 10, 15-foot freaking skeleton, just like towering over their house.
get
You know,
that
you
from
see a lot of that with Hubie and all that. Which is interesting because, like I said earlier, it's just like you almost would expect him not to like Halloween, not because he doesn't like a good spook, but because he's pretty much almost getting bullied. Like some of it seems like fun, like the lamb's head prank and all that stuff, but some of these things are like
mean spirited.
pretty extreme.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, they're less they're less just having fun, and they're more, like you said, mean spirited, and it becomes to a level of bullying. It stops being funny after a little bit. It actually kind of almost gets serious, you know.
Yeah, and Hubie being the, he's just a simpler kind of guy, and he just wants to he wants to be all protective and make sure everyone has a good time on Halloween, which I can really respect. He's almost like a neighborhood watch, almost like
Yeah, a one-man neighborhood
one
watch.
man neighborhood watch that nobody likes. But I mean, I don't know if anyone does even like
Yeah.
neighborhood watch. I don't.
Yeah. Except for one person who is like absolutely in love with him.
Oh yeah, that is. And that's his love interest too. It's like so ridiculous how she.
Over the top. I had such a hard time. And
I
it's
was.
not the actress. I don't know what kind of lines they were feeding her.
Oh my god.
I can't imagine what the scrap lines were, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's what they went with. What did they get rid of? Like
I know, dude. This is what they're willing to put out, and all of it was cringe every time she talked about Hubie, and I was like,
oh man, to the top, you know.
I think they could have handled that a lot better, but
Well, that's just it. They realized how cringe they were probably trying to make it not as cringe, and they realized it was still cringe, and so they decided to just dive headfirst into this cringy chick, you know, that's like
I know.
absolutely loves Hubie because he for his heart, not his mind or whatever, or his money.
I think it would have worked a lot better if like she wasn't like the love interest, if she was just like she became really good friends with Hubie by the end of it, and then you could maybe hint at maybe romance, but I think that making it so overt was just
Like the first Hunchback in Notre Dame,
yeah, like
right?
making it so overt was kind of cringe because she just went. He, that's sexy to you, huh? Okay.
No.
But like him being like a really nice, protective, and just wanted to be friendly and nice. It was more of like you could see the chemistry of there being like a really good friendship and him watching over her family and stuff. And
Yeah.
she had a daughter, right? Like,
Yes.
and that's Adam Sandler's daughter in real life.
Is it?
Yeah,
Dude, I didn't even know that.
you see their face, dude. Her face looks. You could tell,
Ah,
like when you look at it.
I'd
You
have
look
to
at it.
look at it again. I haven't seen it in a while.
If you look at it right now, dude, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, obviously."
Yeah, I'm trying to pull some stuff up on my screen here.
And I guess he had his.
Oh,
Yeah, you can see it, right?
I think you're right.
Sadie Sandler. Yeah, I think also his. I'm seeing a guy named Jared Sandler on the cast,
Oh.
but I don't remember him in there. But
Huh.
yeah, no, he's the sweetheart
Good
of the
call. I
town.
didn't even know that. Yeah, he's the town's sweetheart, and at the same time, he's kind of like an annoyance, like a nuisance.
Mm,
But his heart's in the right place with everything.
yeah,
You know.
despite everyone making fun of him, he finds his role and his passion in society by trying to help people, and I think that's really cool. They definitely go way too hard on the goober shit though, so I don't. Every time something like kind of shitty happens to him, it's just kind of like I don't really like. I don't really sympathize with him as much as I probably am supposed to, so I just kind of like, eh, kind of being annoying.
Yeah.
Like you were kind of asking for this, like.
Oh, absolutely. My name is Hubie Dubois. You know,
Hubie
fucking
Dubois. Yeah.
Hubie Dubois.
Yeah. So he drove me
And I
around.
just want to make sure everyone stays safe on Halloween this evening.
Hmm. And the real clown of the movie was like I guess what's his name, Kevin James's character, and they make fun of him for being like looking like a Muppet because he's got this big beard. I
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny, dude. Like that was pretty good.
Yeah,
And
Kevin James. I enjoyed his character in this one. You know, stereotypical cop. Paul Blart, real cop.
Paul Bart,
You
real
know.
cop, and I liked Steve Buscemi's character in this a lot too. Like he was funny, especially in the beginning, because like he's like asking people what time they go to bed and stuff like that. He's just being like ultimate serial killer vibes. Like if you hear screaming from the house, just don't come in. You know,
Right.
it was a nice little red herring they played with him. I kind of like figured it was a red herring, but it was still fun to add to the little mystery of who's kidnapping folks in the town, because that's what this is like Adam Sandler. Hubie's having to go
It's a slight
around.
mystery, a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's a little
You
bit of a
know.
mystery, and I think people started like accusing Hubie of eventually being the
Well,
kidnapper. 'Cause
the victims were people that were pretty prominent bullies of him. But then again, that's everybody.
yeah,
You know.
it's kind
He
of
had a motive, though. You know, he would have had. He did have a motive.
he did have motive. And I think what's his name? Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. But like one of the bullies, one of the people that goes missing
Oh, the
is
guy. I can't
Ray
remember his name.
Liotta, dude, and he's dead now. And I'm like, he was in Cocaine Bear and Hubie Halloween were like the last movies that he was in, and this guy was in Goodfellas, man. He was pretty top list actor there, you know. Like it's pretty crazy
Yeah.
seeing that he's just being a big goofball in these movies. You know, he's
Yeah.
not. I felt like he was really phoning it in on this one though. Like I don't. He's not really acting that much. Just kind of being a dork throughout it, you know.
Right. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um.
And
No, it was a fun little movie. Like you said, I think that the love interest stuff's hard. Um.
I think
I
Kate.
kind of like the reveal with the lady on the radio. That's kind of like oh, what do you call her?
Oh,
Not
the
well,
talk show or the radio host.
yeah. Not like Morticia, but what was that? What was that goth chick
Oh,
from like?
Elvira.
Yes, thank you. Wow, I can't believe I couldn't remember. Yeah,
Elvira,
like
yeah.
a total Elvira vibes.
And
You know.
it's fucking Shaq.
Yeah.
That was pretty great. That was pretty good. I did laugh a lot at that, you know. And then
It was fun.
his wife comes in there and talks like a fucking all ridiculous too. You know, that's just their voice, like their stage voice or whatever, or his stage voice.
Yeah, it's like I said, freaking Mistress of Darkness, you know,
Mistress Darkness. But that was pretty funny. That was a
or
nice
of the
little,
dark, I should say.
yeah, it was a nice little thing coming out of nowhere. And I liked the two people that escaped from prison or the mental asylum in the beginning of the movie was Steve Buscemi, which you kind of had a feeling, and then Rob Schneider's character, and
I can't even remember what he was called.
yeah, he's just looking for his buddy, and he's like, yeah, he thinks he's a werewolf. So
Yeah, he actually was a werewolf in that movie. What the fuck? I forgot about that. What the fuck?
and
Well, I guess because I think like what do you call it, lycanthropy or
yeah,
whatever. Some people actually believe that they're werewolves.
oh yeah,
Like I
dude,
think that's actually like a mental illness thing,
I'm pretty sure a lot of people go to high school with those people. I
right?
think we may
It's a subgenre off the
have.
Vamp Kids,
Yeah, it's
you
the
know.
vamp kids, and there's the wolf kids, you know.
Yeah, delusion that the affected person has transformed into, or is an animal.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
The fuck.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, now that's some serious role playing.
some serious role play, and they end up like outing themselves as not being the people making people disappear. So when it did turn out like who because it wasn't a killer, you know. They end up getting everybody. It gets like Ray Liotta's character, that one kid, what's his name? Karen Barr. I screwed that up. His name was Mike Mundy, huh? Mike Mundy.
Oh, nice.
And Tim Meadows and Maya Rudolph, who they were funny. I thought those two were really funny. The way that they just
Yeah.
kind of played off each other. I like the chemistry between the two actors. They all
That
get
love hate
that
marriage.
love hate. They're just constantly like just mean to each other.
Yeah.
Just the worst kind of relationship, but I loved watching it.
Yeah, it definitely felt toxic.
But they ended up, they all end up getting captured, and of course it's by none other than Hubie's mom. She's been
The
targeted.
one with the ever changing discount thrift store shirts.
Yeah, she had the most ridiculous shirts. I
And
was
there
like,
was a bunch that they didn't do that they had like they had like a whole alignment of shirts for that lady in this movie.
yeah,
Like,
they just she changed
every
her
scene
shirt.
it's a
Yeah.
different version. She changed her shirt like what?
like 8 times, I swear.
It was a lot. It was a lot. And like I said, there were some that were like, and I think they even showed like in the credits and stuff that like she didn't wear in the actual movie. Like just like the ridiculous, like stupid joke shirts, like if you could read this, you're in the fart zone,
Yeah, dude, a lot of like
owner donor and stuff like that.
super gross sexual innuendos kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny because honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, that's something you'd expect like grandpa to wear, right?
yeah, like a dirty old grandpa
Yeah. Bad
kayaking gets me
grandpa.
wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the kind of shirt she was wearing throughout that whole movie.
hmm Yeah, it
And she'd
was.
always pretend it was something else, remember?
Yeah, she would just have it
That's why he ended
on.
up saying my boner. Because she said it's like it's another word for bad
Yeah.
or something. So he just instead of my bad, he'd be like my boner.
My boner.
That's my boner.
My boner. Yeah, they did have some moments where it was kind of funny, but I think overall, I think a lot of the jokes didn't really land for me personally, but I think
No, I can feel that.
it's definitely something that you could like watch as a kid or like a preteen, especially as like a preteen. You just, Adam Sandler's kind of geared toward that kind of audience where it's like a little bit more of that immature humor really kind of fills out. So if you have kids, and you're okay with them seeing a little bit grown up material, they might really like this. But and this is where it gets to that climax of the movie where it's like, QB is a real nice guy and he's always looking out for you, and I just couldn't get over how annoying Hubie was. And always talking in that voice and just being kind of too stupid. Like he did do some nice things, but it always felt like it was felt very contrived the way it was done, especially the girlfriend, like the love interest thing. But
Yeah.
it ends up he ends up being the heroic one and stopping his mother from burning
From killing
alive.
these people.
Yeah. Burning these people
Although I'm
alive.
sure the thought crossed his mind because there was like a whole stand up,
Yeah.
thing. But it went against everything he stood for.
Yeah.
That in spite of it all, and that's what being a hero is about, this whole thankless job,
hmm
like these people are assholes to you and you'll still, risk everything for them,
Yeah. And it was like really over the top assholishness. Like they called him puby all the time, even when he saves them, and they called him out on it. But like ooh, it's so, I don't know.
Yeah, he one of those guys ended up pushing him into his father's grave or whatever.
Yeah. What the
While they were burying his dad, not Hubie's
hell?
dad, but like his own dad. And he's like, Dad would have loved this. He just shoves him in the hole.
Oh yeah.
Like there's generations of bullying Hubie.
But if you like Adam Sandler movies, this is it. You
And
have
Halloween.
in Halloween, you like this. It has the O'Doyles. It has Rob Schneider. It has a lot of his old gags. The inside jokes. If you love that stuff, that's what this movie's good for.
Yeah,
Um,
Sandlerverse fans.
the Sandlerverse, man. I will. That's kind of my thoughts on the movie. I don't know. Do you have
Yeah, it's
anything
pretty
else?
much not really. Just it was fun, watch it one time, but definitely don't rewatch it. I don't
Yeah,
think.
definitely don't watch. I did only watch it
Unless the other alternative is Jack and Jill.
Gun to your head, Jack and Jill, Grown Ups 2. I'll watch Hubie again.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
um, yeah, I did like all the
Yeah.
set designs though for this. That was pretty great. Just because I love Halloween, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It felt like Halloween, that whole movie.
Like there was a movie called Hellfest, and the movie was pretty serviceable, like a really good like B horror movie. You watch with friends, you drink with. But the thing that really sold me, that made me want to keep engaged, was I just loved the sets on there. So then that's kind of what this movie kind of holds me with, like the over the top meanness and mean spiritedness of the jokes, and kind of how annoying Hubie is, and over the top love interest. That all kind of took me out of it a lot, but it was
Yeah,
alright.
no, that's fair. Like I said, love interest is also probably my biggest gripe with it too.
Hmm.
And crazy inorganic.
Oh yeah, yeah. It felt very inorganic. Um,
But it was like the kid marrying his high school crush after 20,
mhm.
30 years later.
Yeah, it definitely kind of felt like this was written by someone who was fantasizing about, like, wanting to live that fantasy, but also Adam Sandler wrote the character, so
Right.
that should be chewing over. I don't know, but
I feel it.
I would
But
definitely buy
yeah, I
that.
don't know.
I'd buy that thermos though.
That thermos is something. Seriously, he's like a wizard.
Yeah,
You know.
it's got like freaking umbrellas in it and high pressure. Had a fire extinguisher in it too, or what? Like
Yeah, I think so. Blender. Oh, dude, freaking grappling hook.
a grappling hook on it. Yeah, it had a grappling hook. Just
I don't
crazy,
know.
just
Just a
silly.
lot of stuff.
But we got
Yeah.
so yeah. We'll talk about that, and then we gotta go and we gotta talk about the dead stream now again.
Again.
Because we're losing
And
people.
hopefully it'll actually not have technical difficulties this time.
Yeah, 100%.
So if we're not as excited in the dead stream, you know why.
Know why? Because we suck and we're terrible.
Yeah. Still learning.
Still learning. Night, everybody.
Good night and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Under the covers.
And just hope that whoever you cuddling isn't a madman.